We're back week 2. We got your week 1 recaps. We got some more Man Crush Sundays and what matchups you need to be worried about in week 2. Keep it right here. Side Nickel and Dom Show. Suds, week 2,
What
man.
up?
How you feeling?
Week 2, man. I'm here. You know what I mean? I thought like there was a couple of times that my heart might give out because I was so excited over week 1. But I'm here.
Boys wanted to mess with you week 1. I knew my guys performed pretty much like I expected them to. So
Okay.
how you feeling after week 1?
I would obviously like to have been part of Victory Monday, like to have that feeling right out the gate, but it just like it wasn't meant to be. But honestly, I'm feeling a little encouraged, a little down in certain spots, man. But I guess, you know, so is life. So it's like it is what it is at this point. But I'm encouraged, to say the least, if I had to sum it up.
Okay. Well, good, man. How did you feel overall about week 1? Like I was that kid just on the couch, just like, we got football.
Yeah. It was surreal, man. It was surreal. I had some good food. Had some good times with some good people. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy it was here, man. Like I got to enjoy it. Nice everything. It was nice everything, man.
Yeah.
And good, and honestly, some good games though. Some games.
Great games.
Yeah.
Man. We had some surprises.
Yes.
Jacksonville beat the Colts.
I mean, if we got to come out and say it, like Jacksonville, I guaranteed y'all to get a loss, man, and you didn't do it. Like you didn't get a loss. I definitely thought it was coming. Phillip Rivers reverting to old Phillip Rivers ways. I can't call it, man. And we were talking about
praised him this year, and he's gonna go ahead and Phillip Rivers it up.
I mean, because it seems like it's all there for them to take, and they just didn't take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Because
I was very surprised with Hines being the main running back.
Me too. 2
touchdowns for Hines. We praised Mack and Taylor all throughout the preseason, and then Hines comes out of nowhere. Nowhere. He's always been all right, but 2 touchdowns. Don't get me wrong. It still came with 28 yards. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. But
Taylor only had 22, and Mack had 26.
Yes, and the crazy thing about it is he is a guy, like, honestly, he should be a boy, man, because he's out of NC State. So Nyheim Hines, he's a do it all everything back though. You know what I mean? He can catch out of the backfield. And Marlon Mack, actually, they really, John Taylor didn't have as many touches as I thought he would. But shout to Marlon Mack making the most of it. We knew he was going to get involved, right? We knew he was going to get involved, and he had some dynamic runs for sure. Tearing that note his season's ended. You know what I mean? His season's ended. Yeah, he tore his Achilles.
That's what I was worried about. I didn't hear the official word yet, but
yeah. So he's probably out for the season. But now John Taylor gets to step up, and I guess it's just the way it's supposed to happen. Maybe he's gonna get a shot now.
Hines is there too. Hines is ready to shine.
But with the ultimate thunder and lightning though, because you got Hines, the small do it all pass catching back, can run out of the backfield, and then you got the hammer and John Taylor. Man, if they can get it right, might be nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key there is get it right. Don't go losing to Jacksonville and MINSHEW magic over there.
MINSHEW magic, man. Hair back, headband in the hair. You know, I feel like he just illustrious. Like I feel like he definitely drives a T-top, right? Like a Firebird T-top. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah, so definitely rocking the sweatband. Probably under the helmet too. Probably under the helmet wears the sweatband.
No doubt.
But I mean, we have to give it to Jacksonville, Drew. We have to give it to Jacksonville. Yep. Nobody saw them coming out. DJ Chark did go to the Pro Bowl last year. Let's not forget that.
He had a great
MINSHEW came out,
touchdown.
He did. So they did work, man, and proud of those boys. And now they got a very interesting week 2 matchup as well. So if I want to say it's against the Titans. So now Jacksonville got a chance to come out and go 2-0 in the division to start the year, like against the Titans though. So we'll see how they look a little bit later on the night. It is Monday when we filming, folks. So this is the magic behind the magic, if you will.
Right.
You know, but we'll see what happens.
Also, Cam Newton played fantastic, man. Got the win against the Dolphins. I'm sure the Dolphins fans are bummed out another year, another home opener to loss to the Pats.
Drew, how do they play home every year when the season starts? Like, how does that even happen?
Because I feel like the NFL tries. The NFL's like, come on, man, we won't.
It's like a attaboy, you know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, do something, please.
That seems very right, man. I think you might have did you got some inside information on that? Because it kind of seems like that's exactly what they're doing,
right? Yes,
but
I'm starting to become the next Adam Schefter. I'm getting all the insider information.
I mean, I could see it. I was happy for Cam, man, and honestly, I kind of saw it coming. I hate to pat myself on the back, Drew. You know I like to do that, but I will say I did start Cam in fantasy, and it paid off. It paid off against you, sir. That's right, against you. Yeah, yeah.
I still need Brown to put up 21 points tonight.
Yeah, it's a PPR league, man. You got a shot. Honestly,
I know.
With these
that's the great thing is I'm still in it.
You are.
I'm not still in it. Well, I mean, Cam had 2 rushing touchdowns, and this is what I'm more excited about for him. Right. He got a roughing the passer penalty on his behalf. That hasn't happened.
That I didn't know.
In a very long time for Cam Newton.
How did he get a roughing the passer on?
Man, they came through. No, I'm saying on his behalf.
He got the call. Okay, I thought Yeah.
So one of the Dolphins came through the line and grazed his helmet. Grazed it.
A graze.
And the ref threw the flag immediately.
Oh wow!
I was so happy for him.
You know what it
was? I was like, bro, you deserve this.
He did. It's Cam wearing that red, white, and blue, man. That's what it is.
It's that Belichick benefit, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and coin that term. Trademark that right now.
That Belichick benefit.
Yes, sir. But I was happy for them, man. I kind of knew that they were going to come out the gate. What I was surprised by, Drew, and honestly, I'm going to get into it a little bit later, but I thought they would put up more points than that. Right? 21 points. We'll talk about it in here in a second.
It seemed very conservative. You know what I mean? It seems like they're let's dip our toes in the water. Let's get some easy runs for Cam.
Yeah.
Good thing about it is he ran the ball, but also didn't put his body on the line too much.
No, he didn't, and he slid. Cam is he's such a big guy that I don't think it's ever gonna. It's never gonna look pretty like a perfect slide like a shorter person would. But that's 6'8", 260, 240, whatever Cam is,
just flopping.
Right, just trying to get on the ground as quickly as possible. It's gonna look awkward. It's gonna look awkward. So shout to the Patriots, man. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fun year watching them. Another guy that we talked pure trash to that actually did fantastic, Mitch Trubisky. Gets it done.
3 TDs in the fourth quarter.
Touchdown, 242 yards. No picks.
Gets
it done in Detroit.
Drew,
that's my job.
Drew, where did that come from? Where did 3 TDs in the fourth come from this guy?
I don't know, man, but I'm happy for him. I'm super happy for him. Keep playing, man. Keep doing it. Keep Nick Foles on the bench. You know what I mean?
He must be pissed off.
He wants that job. They got the Giants next week, so he can keep this train running.
He can get a ball rolling. Get a little
Can Mitch Trubisky and the Chicago Bears be 2-0?
And right now, okay, the game's going on, you know what I'm saying? The Steelers are up on the Giants right now, so maybe they're coming in 0-1 already, you know what I mean? Might be right for the picking, Mitch. What you got?
Right for the picking.
Double up. I mean, and this is the thing. This is a good step for him, Drew, right? Because, he obviously proved us wrong, but that's 1 week, though. Can you be consistent? Can you sustain that, especially against a team that you should beat, right? You should be.
It was a coin toss with the Lions, but this week you should win.
Right. Okay. So,
but also for the Lions, shout out to them. Adrian Peterson, 93 yards.
Still got it, man. I saw a lot of those runs, and he still runs angry. He don't have the juke anymore. Really, he can't get away.
Right. Man, when he used to do that 1-2 plant, it was
a wrap.
It was over.
Yeah, it was a wrap. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he can still run, and he's got the quickness, he's got the north-south ability, but it's that lateral agility that he might have lost. But still, obviously, he's productive enough to still be in the league and get 93 yards and look angry on his run. So,
right. You got any more anything else that struck out to you?
Yeah. So, man, I mean, as far as the recap for me, I honestly wanted to talk about the Jags, right? Like, the Jags, they came in
big hot topic,
big underdog, you know what I mean, for whatever that was, come away, and let's talk about the Jags defense, man. Came away with 3 picks, 2 that were credited, but Phillip Rivers threw another pick that I think got called back on a penalty or something like that.
A lot of penalties.
Bad throws.
A lot of penalties in week 1.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I mean, it's sloppy. And this is like, you heard a lot of people talk about the offseason and how it was going to show its effects, like, during these times. And, like, I just kind of let that fall by the wayside. Like, whatever, let's just get the football. And it really was. Like, right. I mean, it really was some sloppy football by a lot of different teams. But Rivers made some bad throws, man. Like, he just made some bad throws. So that's what I was going to say earlier, Drew, is that, like, it kind of begs the question. Like, we were talking about it before, but a lot of questions came, whether it was Phillip Rivers or whether it was his offensive line, that were really the cause of his downturn in play. And with that, I mean, you still throwing picks in a whole different place with a better offensive line, man. So, like,
with more weapons,
you might be left holding the bag, my guy. Might be you.
Stop having them kids.
But another thing that I wanted to touch on, just a couple of, I want to talk about, the Detroit game, talking about Mr. Trubisky. Like, obviously had to atone for that. We told that man to step up. He did. But let's not mince words. Like, Stafford looked crispy. Like, in the first half, like, he looked crispy. He looked healthy, ready. But what I do like, give a shout to Mr. Trubisky. Like, he kept fighting. He kept his team in it. And so, like, he kept going, and so did the team. So as he went, like, he didn't get down on himself. Came back in the fourth quarter, throws three TDs. But it does need to be mentioned. That the Lions did lose their top 2 corners in the fourth quarter. So
it's tough.
I mean, he should have been able to do that without your top 2 corners. I mean, your number 3 becomes your number 1. He should be able to take advantage of that, and he did. So shout to him, man. Like, put 2 together.
He definitely could have mitched it up, though. You know what I mean? So good on him for capitalizing and making that happen.
Yeah, and you're right. And Drew, I think, like, you couldn't be more right, because when you become able to become a verb, like Drew just used him as a verb, it's not good. It's not good. So
we got a new segment I want to put out there.
Okay.
You got your stepping up with Suds, so I got Drew's dum-dums.
Give them the business, man. Give them the business.
We're going to pick 3 players or coaches or teams or whatever each week that just did something stupid.
Yeah. And it's always bound to be somebody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's going to be me. I'm going to call myself out. But number 1, I got Laramie Tunsil, Houston, Texas, or Houston Texans, left tackle. Highest paid left tackle in the game.
True.
Most penalized player in the league last year.
Also true.
Guess who got the first penalty of the 2020 season? You
Count it.
Way to start off on the right foot in 2020, buddy. Good job. Number 2 and 3 is going to hurt both of us, okay? Number 2 is a shot at me, number 3 is a shot at you. So
I think I know it's coming, but you give it to us, man.
Number 2, Tahir Whitehead. Pass interference on what turned out to be the game-winning drive for the Raiders. You had coverage over top, man. You had help. Why? Why are you going to do that, man? Teddy Bridgewater just put his backup point on top? And you just going to let Carr beat you like that? Come on, man. You're dumb. You're
dummy. You dummy.
And number 3. I don't even know their names. You might know.
I might know.
But those 2 BUCS returners that collided and fumbled the ball in the fourth quarter.
Oh, my God. You dummy. You big dummy. Oh, my God.
You ran into your own team, man.
Mike Edwards and Jaden Mickens. Jaden Mickens didn't do anything wrong. Mike Edwards ran back for the football, bobbled it, let it hit his head, couldn't track it, messed the whole play up, and we had crucial momentum at that point in the game, man. But Drew, give him the business, man. I can't. You're dumb.
You lost the game. I hope someone at least said that in the locker room, like, you lost that game.
Like, actually put it on him. Like, you actually put the loss on him. Yeah, I mean.
Like the reverse of the game ball.
Yeah.
Like, he takes something of his. Yep. Like the Dolphins tried to take Newton's chain. Yeah. Like, you lost that game.
I had just found out what that was about. Like, it was about a chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, stop wearing drip on the field, man. Stop wearing drip on the field. You know what I'm saying?
And you also a millionaire. Why are you trying to steal another millionaire's chain?
True.
I don't get it.
At least
just
a
ask him where he got it.
Like, he's at least 1,000 there, but still.
Just ask him where he got it.
Yeah.
Come on.
He can afford that.
Come on, man.
Just give him just Venmo him the receipt or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do that.
So all you players are on notice. That's going to be a segment each week. Don't do anything dumb. You're going to end up on Drew's Dumb. So we got a new segment for you called You Trash. We're going to pick out a team or a player and let them know why they trash.
Yeah.
And week one, we had to do it to them, Suds.
We had to do it to them. Houston Texans.
Houston
Texans. You trash. Listen, I mean, you already saw that. I mean, Drew called it out. You had one receiver that you let go, DeAndre Hopkins, on one team have more receiving yards than your whole starting receiving wide receiver core. You trash, Houston Texans. You trash. Drew?
You trash. Duke Johnson sprained his ankle. David Johnson only ran for 77 yards. You trash.
You trash. Houston Texans, man, y'all supposed to have a crazy defense. I know you was going against Patrick Mahomes in the offense, but he barely looked like he broke a sweat. I mean, just the millions dripping off this man. You couldn't really corral him the way you wanted to. You talked a lot before the game. Houston Texans, you trash.
You let a rookie rush for 138 yards. Sammy, no one has heard from him in years. Watkins had caught 82 yards.
Yep.
Houston Texans, you trash.
Another point about Sammy Watkins is this is the second year in a row that he was probably the number one ad in a fantasy week 2 because he went off in week 1. And guess who we did it against, folks? Houston Texans. You trash.
Nice. Well, I think they got the message.
Yeah. And look, it could change week from week. Now they can come out and then not be trash next week. But for week 1, you deserve it. You deserve it. And you were the first game too. Y'all were the first game. So like, way to start it off.
Too.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah. But we did call that one, Drew. We called it. So we did. Yeah.
So next up. Now that week 1 is behind us, we're going to look into week 2. These are the matchups of the week.
Sudsy,
what you got? What's your first matchup to be on the lookout for?
So my very first matchup is 2 0-1 teams. It's 2 0-1 teams. Basically, we gotta keep it home, man. It's the BUCS versus the Panthers. Is my matchup.
We gotta play all week 2, man.
Week 2, man. I mean, look, honestly. Both of these teams need it for different reasons, right? Like, but they're both 0-1, so we got to get that first win. We have to get that first win. For the BUCS, let's start with the BUCS. Can you correct the mistakes and the stupid penalties that basically cost you the game in New Orleans, right? You had the flub with Mike Edwards on special teams. Jamel Dean having a lapse in judgment, a lapse in coverage for a 46-yard play. I mean, just those things. The game would have been a lot closer had you not had the 2 turnovers from Tom Brady, the lapses in judgment, the penalties by Vita Vea. I mean, it's things like that. If you can correct, I think you can come out of this with a win. Can you continue to stop Christian McCaffrey? Like, Drew, you have to admit they've been a team that has been pretty much good at stopping him, kind of corralling him.
I'll give you that. And they did a great job with the Saints running backs. Like, that was one of the highlights of the BUCS defense.
Right.
They didn't really put up. Kamara scored, but they didn't really put up numbers on you.
Right. And that's just a continuation of, like, they were the number 1 rush defense in 2019. So they're doing good there, but I was hearing somebody say earlier that even though you were that, you still had some losses, and this was just another one. Like, you can be great at the run and still lose the game. They got to get more pressure on Bridgewater than they did Drew Brees. Like, JPP had a sack, but they have to get more pressure on Bridgewater. And And Breeze gets rid of the ball quick. So I have no doubt that Bridgewater's going to look at that tape in week 1 and be like, all right, well, let's set something up where I can get the ball out quick. You guys have the receivers for that. You know what I'm saying? DJ Moore being definitely a guy who can do that. So I look for that. And the secondary has to come away with INTs, man. They got to come away with interceptions and not pass breakups because they had a lot of chances. Drew Brees gave them probably 2 or 3 chances to come away with picks, and they did not follow through. So moving along to the Panthers. Drew, do you want to step in there and give me something that you're looking forward to next week before I go off?
I love this offense. Robbie Anderson showed up. CMC did what he always does. Got to get the ball to Samuels and Moore a little bit better. Ian Thomas kind of just blended in the background. We had no play from our tight ends. So I'm good with how this offense is taking shape and how it's going forward. This defense
put up 30 points.
Something quick.
Yeah. They put up 30 points, man.
I'm good with that. 30 points usually gets it done, but when your average age of your defense is 17 and a half, it's not. You got to put up 39 points, you know. So
I was a little slow on the uptake, but I like that. I like that dig.
Yeah,
I like that dig.
Our defense is so young and so inexperienced. I think they're all going to learn a lot, trial by fire this season, but we are going to give up a lot of points.
Yeah, and the BUCS have to be able to take advantage of that, man. I mean, that's one thing that I'll say is like, okay, we look great in some spots and didn't look good in some others, but it is week 1, and we were facing one of the best teams in the league. Like
Saints definitely showed they're one of the best teams.
Right, exactly, with that continuity. So we have to take advantage of Carolina's youth. But like I said, for Carolina is, can they, like, you guys put up 30 points, which I can definitely appreciate, especially with a patchwork off season like we had, right? Joe Brady coming in.
I can't believe how well our offensive line held up. Shout out to the line that I trashed all off season. Good for them.
So, but what I do want to see, Drew, is I want to see them pass the ball down the field. Like I want to see that kind of open up the offense a little bit more.
Yeah, like I said, you had the deep threat in Anderson, but you also had a lot of times you could have gotten the ball to Moore. Yeah. A lot of times you could have gotten to Samuel that Teddy just didn't see. So
yeah.
I want him to go through his progressions a little bit more and get more people involved in the offense.
Well, so this was another thing that kind of took me by surprise because I see y'all happen with like the end of the game ended 34-30, but they didn't really get McCaffrey involved until like the third quarter. Like he only had 10 touches until late in the third, and that's when the offensive production kind of took off. So I don't even know what was going on during those first 2 quarters. Like if he's the guy, like you paid him to be the guy, like he's the guy. Do what you need to do and like make him the guy. But like you don't get him involved until after halftime. Like that seems a little suspect. That's what we
do, man.
So,
okay, that's what we do.
Well, they gonna need to do it a little bit more, do it a little early if y'all gonna have a chance. I mean, obviously, if that's you want to put your best foot forward, man, and like he's your best foot, so get that man involved early for them. And I guess my next thing is something's got to give, man. So the Carolina run defense gave up 3 touchdowns to Josh Jacobs. The BUCS want to run the ball better. They did not do that, so I feel like something's got to give. Like either Carolina's going to get better at their run defense and stop our run offense for the second week in a row, or we're going to run all over you, and that's going to be the focus of the game plan is to run the ball. So I want to see what happens there. So that's what I got for that matchup, man. Drew, what you got for yours, man?
My first matchup, Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jags. Not necessarily a matchup I thought I would be excited about, but I want to see if Jacksonville can go 2-0.
Yeah.
Let's see if Minshew's got enough magic volume 2, So we don't you know what you're getting with the Titans. You know Henry's going to shove it down your throat.
Yep.
So I want to see how this Jacksonville defense responds to that. I want to see if they can make Tannehill make some throws. And just, I mean, if week 1's anything to think about, this Jacksonville team's going to be fun to watch the rest of the year.
Yeah. And then like their running back like came out of nowhere. I want to say Robinson. Like
I mean maybe
came out the gate.
They knew something that we didn't about Fournette. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently like maybe he took the job from him, but You know, I got to pull for that man now. But no, he came out. Minshew,
I have no choice.
But Minshew came out, balled out like we talked about earlier. It's just kind of interesting, man. Like, you know, the receivers stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Minshew leaned on them. The defense played pretty well. And I don't think you can ask for much more than that, man, because all the expectation was on the Colts to fulfill it, and they came out.
They didn't do it.
And exactly, and put it on them. And now they're in a position to go 2-0 in their division the first 2 weeks of the season and just storm out the gate and
in
let
a division
catch up.
In a division that might not be that strong. You know what I mean? Like, if the Colts continue to do what they did, like, I know we were both high on the Colts, but if that's what they're giving us, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the door's wide open in that division. I mean, minus, you know, like, I truly believe the Titans are going to be a good football team this year. But
and that's the thing.
Hey.
That's the thing. So, like, the Titans game has yet to be played. But, like, either way, next week we're getting a good matchup because it's a 1-0 Jaguars team versus a potentially 1-0 Titans team.
They're ready. Yeah.
And it's a division matchup. I don't know. Like, let's see where that game is, honestly. So, who is playing
in Jacksonville. It's in Tennessee.
It's in Tennessee. So, Tennessee comes home. But it's still going to be a great game. And I think, like you just said, you hit the nail on the head, man. Confidence is key. And with that Jacksonville team that wasn't expected to do a lot, like, they swagging right now, man. I know
hang out in the parking lot, try to catch some of that Minshew magic. You know what I mean? Maybe it rubs off. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, you can do anything you want after that.
Well, what you got for your second matchup to watch out for next week?
All right. So, Drew, my second matchup, man, I got the Pats and the Seahawks, man. Like, I'm very interested about this matchup, especially because
Super Bowl rematch.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is.
It's when the should have handed off to Marshawn.
Damn.
That's that Super Bowl.
When
they threw
Butler
the ball
made
and
a name for
on
himself. Yep. Should have ran the ball. And Marshawn, like, that, I know for a fact. I don't know for a fact, but, like, I pretty much know for a fact that he still has nightmares about that game. Like, I know it. I know he thinks about it, like, almost on a daily basis.
He could have been the MVP of that game and everything.
Would have been. Yeah, would have been. But, so Pats and Seahawks, man. Like we talked about, like, Cam Newton, New England Patriots, 1-0. Seahawks also 1-0. And I want to see if Cam's rushing ways continue against the Seahawks defense, right? Like,
no, I agree with you. Like, let's see what happens when you play some tougher opponents. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think they might have to change up the game plan. I don't know what happens there, but I feel like Cam will have to pass a little bit more, especially because
Jamal Adams was everywhere.
Yeah, and he will be again. And he will be again. Yeah, and Pete Carroll's gonna disguise some stuff, throw a lot of stuff at Cam. So Josh McDaniels.
Two great coaches, two great minds going at each other, man. I'm so excited.
I'm excited, and it's another 1-0 game, right? Like it's two teams looking to go 2-0, really kind of establish themselves and their goals and where they want to go. Now the problem is, this is my second point though. My problem is like I think only scoring 21 points though may hurt you because like. It wasn't Cam. I want to say Cam had maybe 100 some odd yards, maybe 200 yards passing. He had the 2 rushing touchdowns, but if you're not rushing as much or taking your shots here or there, what if you run up into an offensive juggernaut or the game script doesn't play out the way you want your game plan to, and you have to open it up? Are you going to be ready?
Because you know Russell's going to get his. Russell put all the points.
Exactly.
Metcalf showed up. Lockett was there. Carson, my God, that man ran over everybody.
Yeah.
So you know Seattle's going to get theirs. I was a little concerned with Cam's accuracy.
Okay, and that's always been a knock on
when he
too.
did exactly when he looked more comfortable running the ball than he has in years. But as soon as he was throwing the ball, I was like, man, there's Cam again.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, I kind of second that because if they have to open it up, Drew, like they should against this team who does want to pass the ball, like the Seahawks are a balanced team. That's why they're good, right? Like they can pass on you, they can rush from the quarterback position and from the running back position. Like that's hard to defend. And the question is on the other side for the Seahawks, how are they going to defend Cam? Like what is their game plan coming in? Like what is Pete Carroll drawing up? You already talked about it. Jamal Adams going to be all over the field. Like, where are they lining him up? Who's he?
Why not just spy him? Why not just put him on Cam just as the whole game?
Ooh, Drew with the sauce. That would be some straight Madden type. Like I would love to see that.
Right.
I would love
player
to see
locked.
That. Yep. Yeah, so like my second point with the Seahawks is the Patriots defense strength is on secondary, right? It's on secondary.
No doubt.
So
yeah.
how are they going to, if the rush doesn't work initially, they're going to have to stick with it because they are a well-balanced team. They do want to pass the ball. They got those receivers that are very dynamic and kind of do everything you want. So they want to get the ball to those guys. But if you cannot, you're going to have to stick with the run. I want to see if they can get that done. And that's going to be a huge key in that game to decide the winner.
I like it.
Yeah.
My second matchup to watch out for, another battle of 1-0 teams. The Washington football team at Arizona.
Yeah. What a matchup. Another 1-0 versus 1-0 matchup.
Who goes 2-0? Who are we looking at after week 2 and say the 2-0 Washington football team or the 2-0 Arizona Cardinals?
Yep.
The Cardinals looked good, man. The Cardinals looked good. Kyler had Hopkins. You know I'm a huge fan of Hopkins. So
yeah.
He played lights out.
Yeah.
Arizona surprised me.
They really did.
A little bit.
And they're like you said it, man. They're gonna be a fun team to watch, man. Kyler was slinging that ball, had a rushing touchdown. Dude. You know what I mean? And it's so kind of crazy because like he literally is the smallest guy on the field, in every way, shape, or form. And then he scampers, and it's like his little legs just be a running, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
his entire body just stays up straight, and he's just gone.
Right, and the legs, it's almost
that's
like
that baseball running right there, man.
Yeah, that's what that is, man. But very fun. That Cliff Kingsbury offense, man, is very fun to watch. Drew, I have to give you props, bro, because I don't know if you remember, but you called it. Like you said that the Andre Hopkins would have more yards than the Houston Texans.
I'm sticking with that
receivers
the whole year.
Combined, and
I don't see either one of those things changing.
Oof, that might be a little bit harder to come by, but I will remember it. I will remember it. So
yes. If anything, what I want to come of the show is Bill O'Brien getting fired. That's all. I mean, I love the guy. Like I watched him on Hard Knocks. Like he's a good family man. Like I loved watching how he interacted with his kids. So I wish no ill will because he's gonna find a job as a coordinator.
Of course,
but you disrespected Hopkins like that, sir.
And you're gonna have to pay for it, man. Karma's gonna make you pay for it, man. And maybe you have to pay for it with another team. Like I don't I don't know how that's gonna work out for you, man. But
no, I wish him nothing but the best. But you're gonna get fired.
Probably so, and probably a candidate. No. It's probably gonna be Gase. Gase first. Adam Gase.
Ooh,
Jets coach.
Dude.
Yeah,
that Jets
gotta
team
get out of
just
here.
Looked lifeless. Did it not?
They did, and Le'Veon's out for. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of injuries this week, man. A lot of big injuries. Man. So I don't know, man.
There was a lot of fantasy points slung around too, man. Let's get into our Man Crush Sundays. Who we think is gonna crush it on week 2?
Messed that up.
Man crushes.
Man crushes.
So Sean, who's your? We'll start with you know what? We'll get in the nitty gritty. The guys in the trenches. Who's your man crush defense for week 2?
Ooh, my man crush defense that's looking real good, real swaggy. You know what I'm saying? Dripping out the car with the Gators with no socks. If you have socks on, you're not swagging. The Baltimore Ravens, man. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans. Like they're facing the Texans team that's reeling, and the whole team for the Ravens really showed out. They showed up.
Did anyone have an easier week 1? Did anyone make it just look easy?
Yeah, and
one,
like
more than
the Browns, the Browns did not do it, man. They just did not do it, man. And I didn't expect that at all. Like I thought that game was going to be competitive. It was not. So I really don't know what to say about the Browns, but I think the Ravens defense coming into this game against the Texans, they licking their chops, man, and they looking real good. That's why they on my list for man crushes, man.
I love it. I got the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo. Some wangs.
They held the Jets to 52 yards rushing. I think they can take out Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins.
Yeah. And I don't think that's. Is it gonna be close? Is it gonna be close?
I mean, if Allen keeps fumbling the ball like he did, it will.
Yeah.
My man looked good, but he needs to learn how to hold on. 2 hands, Josh. 2 hands. Or hold it close. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. He should. I mean, he's a big dude.
You got too
man.
big of a target on your back to just be waving the football around. You know what I mean?
Holding like a bread loaf. Loaf of bread.
Like, take care of the ball, man.
Yeah. Let's go running back next. I'll give you my running back first.
All right.
Drew, my man Crush, looking real good with his belly out. You know, that's how I like him. Zeke Elliott, baby. Elliott versus the Falcons. Yes. Okay. He looked good, man. He looked real good last week.
The Cowboys did not, but he looked good.
Yeah. And that's all I care about because that's what we're talking about. This is a fantasy. You can get this man in your dreams right now. You can get him in your dreams right now. But yeah, Zeke Elliott, man, he balled out, man, especially, and I know because I have him on my fantasy team, and I honestly, Drew, like I got to talk about it, bro. I was baffled because in the draft, like I was 7th. And you got Zeke at 7? And I got Zeke at 7. Ooh. Like, that was my first pick.
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah. So, anyway, Zeke Elliott against the Falcons, man, they didn't really look good on the ground. Carson ran all over him. So, I think Zeke's probably going to do the same. So, who you got for your running back, man?
I got Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers.
Mr. 16 touchdowns in 2019. I like it.
Yeah. He had 66 yards and a touchdown on the Vikings. Now he's got Detroit. I see him putting a hurting on Detroit.
Yep. And they might be reeling, too, after that, like, that big letdown. Mitch Trubisky putting it on him. That guy putting it on you in the 4th. That one loss could turn into 2, man. And, like, it would be ugly.
I think that, unfortunately, that might be another guy on the hot seat. Matt Patricia might be done after this year if Detroit doesn't do some things.
And I thought we talked about it before, man. But, like, they got rid of a playoff coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, he took your team to the playoffs, and you was like, we can do better. We can do better than that. And you got rid of him.
We got the guy from the Patriots.
Right. How'd that work out for all the other Patriots guys?
Right. I felt like they were finally building some momentum with him, and they killed it. But,
they really did.
So who's your tight end? What you got as your tight end?
My tight end. Damn, we was just talking about Detroit, but my tight end, come on out with it. It's TJ Hockenson, man. Like, TJ Hockenson. I
got him stored on my bench.
On your bench.
I had Mark Andrews, and it was a good call. But I got TJ lurking.
Yes, and he looked really good. And I think the thing about it is they are going against the Packers, and the game script should say, I mean, because Aaron Rodgers tossed 4 touchdowns yesterday, right? Yeah. So, like, if he's coming out the gate and their offense putting up 43 points, they're going to have to keep up. So, like, TJ Hockenson should have a lot of opportunity in the stretch of the game. Yes, so he should have a lot of volume.
All the receivers and tight ends on both sides should be a good pickup during that game.
So Detroit receivers, yes, and tight ends. You're right.
Speaking of Packers, wide receivers stepped up, man. You told them step up. They stepped up.
Yeah, they had
Lazard,
43 points. Valdez-Scantling. Yeah, them boys stepped up. Yeah, and Devontae.
Step up, and they listened.
Yeah,
yep. They listened. Devontae was.
Yeah, he was
on a whole nother level.
He was a beast, man. He must have heard us talk about him. Yeah.
As my tight end, this is also just a personal man crush because you know how I feel about him. And he also showed out. Greg Olsen, Seattle Seahawks. Looked like he was still in favor up there with Russell. Had a touchdown week 1. He always shows up against the Patriots. Always.
Yeah.
So I expect at least another touchdown, maybe 40, 50 yards from Mr. Greg Olsen week 2.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing, man, is because, like, I hope he can continue it because obviously, you know, he was motivated for week 1, right? Wanting to show the Panthers, wanting to show, Matt Rule.
Got to show the X's who won the breakup. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
A lot of those guys showed they won.
Yeah, they did. So I like your pick of Greg Olsen, man. And I guess that leads us to wide receivers, right?
What you wide receivers. Your wide out.
This is a guy who I have a personal affinity for. My little chocolate drop, Mr. Chris Godwin, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going against the Panthers, man. And I mean that's
a good call.
We talked about it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a good call.
We talked about it, man. the Carolina defense is young
Very
and they
smart.
did not look good, man. So like,
they did not look good.
And not only that, but like, I mean, not a step up candidate, but like Tampa Bay offense, like Tampa Bay receivers, step it up. Like, I mean, you're going against a defense that you should have opportunities against. Chris Godwin should go off this week, folks. So if you have him, start him. It's a lock. I don't know why you would even bench him or can think about benching him, but
don't you think about it?
Even after a down week one, they might get a comeuppance in a lackluster Panthers secondary. So we'll see what happens.
That's a great word for him, lackluster.
Yeah.
But inexperienced. We'll go with
inexperienced. Nice. I like it.
Go. All right, my man crush is probably, you probably gonna hear this guy's name a lot from me, but I mean, you already have. You know what I mean? Okay. It's DeAndre Hopkins. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Arizona Cardinals. 151 yards against the Niners, my man. 151 yards against the Niners. A lot of numbers in that sentence. You know he's going to put up a big game against the Washington football team.
Yep. And that's the crazy thing is like Carson Wentz last week, gave them some opportunities. So they had, some picks. Fabian Moreau had a pick. But it's going to be a little different with that offense coming in, that not caliber. Knowing where it's going, rushing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz
Drake
is not like
good. So I mean, to give him balance.
Drake. They got a lot of good looking weapons on that offense. Speaking of the Cardinals, man, I have to address it. Did you see the hit that Trent Williams put on Hicks? I
didn't see
week?
It, but I saw I saw a highlight of it.
Yeah, and it was disgusting. Like, he clearly has some things to get off his chest, but DeAndre Hopkins is
he needed that.
He needed that. Yeah. But DeAndre Hopkins is a great pick, man. So I guess that lends us to quarterbacks, man.
Who you got as your belle of the ball?
I think like you kind of called it out earlier, man. But it's Josh Allen. Like,
okay,
it's Josh Allen
I almost
versus
went Josh Allen. That's funny.
It's Josh Allen versus the Dolphins, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like they should be ripe for the picking. Like and Josh Allen, like I honestly love watching that dude toss the rock, man. Like I love watching that dude toss football.
He's played very well.
Yeah, the prettiest arm. I think like his deep ball is super pretty, but
he needs to throw it more.
Yeah, he's got to have the receivers.
Plays and ran a lot. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's maybe that'll come with time. Like I hope for him, but I like watching him play, man. But he got a Dolphin team that with the coaching, with the rest of the Buffalo Bills team around him, I think they should stomp a mud hole in the Dolphins. To be honest with you,
miss you.
Yeah,
I hear you, man. My QB is my own personal fantasy QB, and he's gonna carve up the Texans. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I'm so happy. I'm playing my wife week 2.
Yeah.
Putting you on notice.
Oh. Not sleeping in the same room for a week.
Getting the couch all comfortable for me, so it's all good.
Make sure you get one of those
She's
good pillows.
She's gonna murder me. For all of you that don't know, she is the defending champion of the league, and
with the belts.
She will probably murder me. So.
Discount double check.
Yeah.
Well,
Sudsy, that takes us into our next segment. Other than me, that needs to step up. Who you got stepping up this week? Stepping up with Suds.
Stepping up with Suds, man. Here we are, week 2. A couple of people did not show out. I wanted to see these people show out, and they just didn't. So, like, what are you gonna do to get your team over the hump, get back in the race here? My number one candidate, Drew. This guy. Person that's been on your TV the most is Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. You have to how can it not be Tom? How could it not be Tom Brady? I mean, look,
how could it not?
2 picks, one pick 6, but 2.
Yeah, that one hurt.
I mean, that was after that. That was the game, man. I feel like it was all too familiar for Bucs fans. I mean. As soon as he threw it, like I heard a collective "what in the Jameis Winston is going on here?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Jameis was just on the sidelines,
and he was there. He was like, "Oh, Ghost of Jameis is here." Like that's what happened, man. Like he's holding the clipboard for the other team now. But for Tampa Bay to have any type of success this year, it has to be him. It has to be from Tom Brady. Like
you put might all be your able eggs in a basket here.
Thank you, and you might be able to lack somewhere on the team. Like, it's gonna happen. It happens to every team every year at some position or whatever, but it cannot be from that guy, and he has got to step up, and he gets a chance to prove it with a quote unquote team that they should beat this week in Carolina. Really, like, if you are the team that you want to be, you need to do.
You can't lose to Carolina.
You cannot lose this game, and it's so crazy, Drew, that it's a must win already. Not only that, but it's a division. It's a division game. It's a division game. Are we supposed to be 0-2 in the division? First 2 weeks of the season, this team. Can you imagine the collective laughs in the faces? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna be able to turn on SportsCenter.
You're not gonna be able to turn your phone on. Like, nothing. I'm not. But anyway, but yes, he definitely has to play better, man. Step up, Tom Brady. Get it done, bro. Get it done. My number two, person, entity, if we will. The Eagles defense, man. It's not just a person. It's the Eagles defense, bruh.
That's fair.
Y'all was up 17. Bruh. You was up 17.
17-0.
To Washington, and y'all still lose. Now, shout to Ron Rivera immediately turning it around.
27 unanswered points.
And that's the floor we was talking about, right, Drew? We talked about it like that. With Ron Rivera, you are going to get a certain level of team that's going to come out there and play. And they did not get down.
Us Riverboat Ron, man. I love it. It was
they
good.
Did not
my
get
man
down.
got an IV at halftime to stay out there.
Yep. And you saw the on his arm, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got that IV.
Go.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
I hope he was getting his IV while yelling at the team. Like,
for sure.
That would motivate the shit out of
Please
me.
let me get that on the all or nothing right now.
My coach is getting treatment because he's battling cancer at halftime. You know I'm about to put up 27
I'm about to run through this
points
wall real quick. Right, hold my beer. Hold my beer. But yeah, so I just don't understand. Like, I know, and believe me, like, I was born in Philadelphia, so I know the whole Philly, the whole Philly was like, don't come home, like, don't come home, like, just stay in Washington.
They might be next week. You know
what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might be, man. But they gotta step it up, man. They gotta step it up. Which leads me into my third, and Drew, honestly, this should not be a surprise. And I mean, I hate to go quarterback heavy here, but Baker Mayfield.
Woo.
Baker Mayfield, what are you doing, bro? Like, so Drew, tell me, so they lose the game. It was 38-6, I believe, was the final score, right? So the game was 38-6. Now, we just talked about game script, right? Like, how the game is playing out. They should have had to pass the ball. Baker Mayfield had 189 pass yards at the end of the game in a game that was 38-6. How does that's a game that Baker should have had 300 to 400 yards with that kind of lapse in disparity in scoring, right? Like, right. I don't know how does that happen. So, I just don't know how he comes back from that, man. I mean, like, this is a team that you have all the things putting together. I don't know if it's the offense. I don't know if it's the coaching at this point. Like, something has got to give. And y'all, and no, it ain't y'all. It's Baker. Like, he's the quarterback. He's got to step it up. 4.8 yards per pass attempt, man. You garbage. That is garbage. Like, you've got to step up. So those are my 3 step-up candidates for this week, man. Hopefully they can get right, especially you, Tom Brady. I'm looking you right in the camera. Tommy, let's go. Come on, man.
Come on now.
What we got next, man? We got
our locks. We both got a rebound, man. We both we're gonna keep tally of this all season. We are both sitting at a 1-1. I missed my guaranteed lock to win. You missed your guaranteed lock to lose. Right. Last week, the Cowboys let me down. I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either, man.
The Rams.
I didn't see that coming.
And then you also didn't see the Jags putting up the numbers they put up. So
I did not.
You picked the Packers to win, and they did what they needed to do, and I picked the Jets to lose, and they did what they needed to do. So who you got as your lock winner this week?
Okay, so I'm looking at the slate of games here for week 2. There are a couple of locks here, but I don't just want to give the easy lock. That's not what I'm here for.
Okay.
So and I say that as a sign of respect, Drew, because my lock this week is the Buccaneers. That's my lock this week. And that's not an easy lock. That is not, in my opinion, it's not an easy lock. It's a division game. You know those boys don't like us. We don't like them. But if you are the Buccaneers team that you want to be, then you win this game. And I'm putting it on you. I am putting it on you. Win the game. Lock this week.
Win the game.
Buccaneers coming home with a dub at home.
I mean, don't win the game. I don't want to
At home, Buccaneers over the Panthers. That's my lock for a win.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit easier on myself because I need to bounce back from last week as far as my guaranteed win. Got Bills over Dolphins.
Okay.
Guaranteed lock to win.
Okay. All right. I got you. That's man. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I tried to talk. Did you hear me like stuttering, trying to talk myself out of it? And I was like, nah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Who you got as your guaranteed lock to lose?
This literally just hit me right now. Like I just saw it and was like, yeah, you're done. The Eagles. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. My lock to lose is the Philadelphia Eagles against the Rams. I think it's coming, man. I think it's coming. I just, and I don't even think it's gonna be Jared Goff because, like, honestly, like, the way that it's looking now, like, you would have thought Carson Wentz, when he was balling out, this would not be the case. I've always thought Jared Goff to be mediocre, but now it's looking like Carson Wentz might be in that same category, man. There's a lot of question marks on him right now.
He looked scary, right?
Yeah. And
not controlled in a good way.
And I, like, when he was balling, man, he looked like he might be the MVP of the league, and, like, I just don't know where that guy is, but I don't think they have it in this game, man. I'm gonna put my Eagles as my lock to lose, man. I don't see them coming back with it. Who you got?
I got the Broncos, guaranteed to lose to the Steelers.
Okay.
I went a little risky with my loss here because, like you said, man, what's the point? Like, I easily could have picked the Chargers to lose to the Chiefs, but that's not what we're here for.
Right?
We're here to make the questionable call, so you don't have to.
That is the slogan for this show. You nailed it. You just nailed that. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a couple, like Drew said, man, there's a couple of easy locks on here. Like, we could have picked the Texans. I mean, we could have picked the Texans versus the Ravens. We could have picked the Chargers.
We've on them enough.
We could have picked the Raiders. The Raiders about to get that work next Monday night. It is an intriguing game, though. I actually think that's a good matchup, especially if the Raiders can come out and shock.
I mean, Jacobs. It's gonna be tough to bet against the Raiders all year because of Jacobs. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and like I find like, and I know like Josh Jacobs. I know like he's that dude, but like I finally got a chance to sit down and watch him play yesterday because that was the local game on here.
Yeah,
that dude is huge, man. Like he doesn't look
made some
like
people move, didn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't look like he should be that big, but then like you see him with the pads on and like he's huge. Like that dude, I like the way he runs, man. He runs angry. And he's such a nice guy too, which is like such a stark contrast.
Right.
But it's like
because you expect everyone to just be a jerk if they're running through people.
Right? Yeah. But that's what I got for my locks, man. That's what I got.
Well, let's let someone else chime in. We got next up. We got your team's update.
Yes,
where we ask
team update.
You, the fans and the people of the NFL teams, to write us if you want to email us.
Whatever
if
you got.
You want to take a little video yourself, we'll post it on the show.
All you out there.
Hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on Twitter. We'll email us. And
I think
we want to hear how you feel about your team.
Yes, because that's what it means. Like, that's what it should mean. Like, we want to hear from y'all what you think that your team should do, in your opinion, to get over the hump, get that next win, or even to keep winning. Like, even if you won already, what do you need to do to keep that win streak going, man? I think Drew said it best. So, who you got, man? What you got?
So this week we got a Carolina Panthers fan. We got my buddy Dave ZWIEBEL.
Dave.
Known him. Yeah, you know Dave. I've known Dave since I was 7. So we both have watched some Panthers games together. So Dave hitting us with the Carolina knowledge.
Appreciate you,
today.
Dave.
So we lost, but I expected to. I also walk away from this game with more confidence in this team than I had. We let Cam go. Kuechly retired. Our entire coaching staff are rookies at the pro level. We had 3 rookies starting on the defensive side of the ball, and we had a ton of turnover on both sides of the ball. On top of all of this, because of COVID, there wasn't an offseason, and we were close. We still almost pulled out a win despite everything. I miss Cam, but Bridgewater is a damn better option than Kyle Allen. I don't see him throwing the team on his back and dragging them to a victory, but like Atlas himself, we have McCaffrey for that. I think Rule and Brady forgot McCaffrey was on the team for a couple of quarters, but was it refreshing to see the game plan change when something wasn't working. That's something this team hadn't seen in a long, long time. I can say that.
Shot to Riverboat.
Right. Robbie Anderson was a stud. He was a hell of a pickup. I was worried Bridgewater wouldn't be able to hit him in the deep, but he proved me wrong. Our O-line was stout, only allowing 1 sack and opening up big holes big enough for McCaffrey to get through. Let's be real, they don't have to be that big. Outside of the 4th and inches going to Arma instead of him, instead of having him blocked for CMC and Bridgewater struggling to hit more in stride, I don't have much bad to say about the offense. Defensively, we struggled a bit with some bright spots. Kuechly not being in the middle of that defense was noticeable. Having short back really helped our run D. Jacobs got his, but last year our D was anemic against the run. Derek Brown and Jeremy Chin are going to be studs. I wanted Isaiah Simmons in the first, but we made the right move getting Brown. And then we got a similar player to Simmons in Chin. Losing Dante Jackson hurt early as he was the only corner capable of keeping up with Ruggs, and it showed. Pride made some questionable reads, but he's a rookie and will likely clean that up. Whitehead. I get it. You are a linebacker and wide receivers are hard to cover, but I have a tip for you. Don't tackle the receiver until he has the ball.
It's true. It's rule of thumb.
2 pass interferences that led to points for the other team, one of which was totally unnecessary as you had help over the top. Told you.
Yeah.
We're a young team that had a ton of turnover with new coaches and no off seasons. We will get better. I like Sean originally had the Panthers winning 4 with an optimistic 6. No expectations. I figured we would be in the mix for Lawrence, but I may have to reevaluate after this game. More good news, we have Tampa next week, so that's an easy W. They don't get any better, right? Or they didn't get any better, right? So Dave with the shot at the end, I love it.
Yeah, that was good,
thank you for that, Dave, man.
We appreciate that.
Very in-depth from a true fan, you can tell.
Yeah. He knew that team up and down, man. You can tell he watched every minute of that damn game.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's why I asked him to do week 1, because I knew that's what he would do.
He brought it. Dave. Hey! Let's go, baby.
Appreciate you, Dave.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. All right, well, want to end on another Stump Sudsy. I got a trivia question for you. I kept it BUCS related.
Okay. All right.
Since you had a bit of a quarterback problem week 1, which quarterback led your Buccaneers to their first winning season?
The first winning season had to be, I want to say it was, I can't even think of his last name now, but it was Doug. Won a Super Bowl with the Redskins.
Yep, you're there.
Yeah. What is his last name? I can't think of his last name right now.
Williams.
Doug Williams.
Williams.
Like it's like the easiest. Yeah, Doug Williams.
Yeah.
But Doug Williams. 1979, I believe it was, man. Like
nailed it. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll give it to him since he didn't get the last name. He got the year though, so that counts.
Yeah. So that I think it was like they went 0-26 and then got him, and that was the first time he went to the playoffs. And then
can you imagine? You're so pumped. Your team. you live in Tampa Bay. You get an expansion team. Mm-hmm. You're in the NFL, and then you don't win a game for 2 years.
For 2 years.
2 years.
Like, imagine how bad the ticket sales were here, and then they were here.
That owner was probably like, "We're gonna have to move." We just got here. We're going to have to move.
I could just see him, slamming the papers down in the classic, montage, you know what I mean?
Get me Doug Williams.
Get me Doug
Williams. We need to turn this thing around.
And then they go to the playoffs.
We need to write this sitcom.
But, yeah, man, they did it. And then they sucked for a while after that again, dude. So it's
man, I hear you.
Just enough to keep you.
That's how I felt about the Panthers coming to town, man. We went to the NFC Championship game the second year. Yeah. Because the Jags did the same thing in the AFC. We were like, we're cooking. And then nothing.
Nothing. Until what? 03, 04? Yeah, 03, 04.
And then we got kicked out of the Super Bowl. Literally, the
and that was like,
kicker.
Bro, I'm gonna be like, I mean, I know I was hating in 2015, 2016 when y'all went, but that 03, man, I did not want y'all to have, because like we just won at that point. The BUCS just won a Super Bowl, and then like the division realignment, and then like we're Super Bowl champs, and y'all like beat us down. Like y'all took a spleen from my quarterback, right? Like you took a piece of an anatomy from a human being, right? Went to the Super Bowl. I did not want to see y'all get it. I was so glad Tom broke y'all hearts, man. I was so glad Tom broke y'all hearts.
Like
and
many NFC teams in the 2000s, Tom Brady.
And just to be clear, like behind the curtain, folks, whenever we still talk crap to each other, I still hold that the Panthers haven't won a Super Bowl over Drew and Matt's head. Matt's our other best friend. Like, yeah,
it would be.
Yeah,
nice
I still hold it and why shouldn't I? Because my team has a Super Bowl.
That's what comes with winning a Super Bowl.
Exactly, and their team doesn't.
That's what comes with the Super Bowl.
You have to take the shots when they are there to be taken, folks.
I mean,
that's
you
what
traded
you do
for the other team's coach, but it's whatever.
Yeah, we gave up and we bro. Oh my god. Oh my God!
You see how I knew exactly what button
to... And they like the draft picks after that too. Like they lost so many draft picks. 2 number 1s, I want to say 2 and 2 number 2s for that. And like then the picks that they did have, they whiffed, bro. They whiffed on those picks.
Was that not their MO like for so many years? It still is. Like they still have. I mean, kudos to that Ruggs pick because he turned out to be electric and
at least right now, like right for the way they're using them. I want to see it continue though.
Yeah, and I think that's going in the right direction because you see so many times these top draft picks just stumble week 1 because the game's so much faster. But my man's the fastest player out there right now, so or one of the fastest players. So
yeah,
he had it.
But
nice man. Week 2 in the books, nice. Where can they find you? What you got?
Just at the Kid Suds on Twitter, man. Definitely ready to mix it up there. Getting to also like got some content there, BUCS related, of course, if y'all just want that. But also at nickel_dom football, man. You can find us covering the league there, man. Covering people getting paid. Drew, where can they find you?
Yeah, man, hit me up on Instagram at Laugh with Harrison, all one word. And then always Drew Harrison Comedy. I got all the past episodes, got some drive-through reviews with my lovely
drive-throughs
on there.
Reviews with Drew.
Drive-throughs
reviews with it gets stuck in mine too, man. I love that joke.
Man. Yeah. Hit me up. We got stickers. If you want to rock a nickel and dime football show sticker, hit me up. I'll gladly mail you one. But yeah, just follow us, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, man. Out.